Welcome to game number 23 of the Tom Seaver replay for 1973. We are playing the Pittsburgh Pirates at Shea Stadium. The actual date was August 1st, 1973. Here are the statistics through 22 games. And look at that. Same innings pitched, 178 2/3. He's, you can see everything, how it's broken out right here. It's pretty close and having a real good time playing it. So that's the important part. So let's get started and see what we got. Rennie Stennett will be leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We got a 4-8 versus a righty. That's a single 1-7 or line out to short. Okay, and Dave Parker, the lefty, playing center field today. 6-9 versus a lefty. That's a ground ball shortstop X. That'll be Harrelson. He's a 1E16. He gets there. Got a 15 on a 16. And makes the play. Al Oliver. 4-7 versus a lefty. That's a single 1-5. It's a 14. It's a line out to second base. Okay, so the Pirates have Steve Blass pitching today. And he had a tough 1973. Look at his record. 3-9 with a 9.90 ERA in 1973. So he'll be leading off against Wayne Garrett. Wayne Garrett, Felix Millan, and Rusty Staub will be facing Blass. 4-5 versus a lefty. That's a fly out to right. Felix Millan. 1-4 versus a righty. That's a homer. 1-5. It's an 18. Fly out to left field. Rusty Staub. 4-7 lefty. That's a walk. Cleon Jones. 5-8 versus a righty. That's a ground ball second base X. Second baseman is a 4E19 Rennie Stennett. He gets there. 8 on a 19. And he makes the play. So the first inning goes down nothing. You know, Blass must not have pitched that bad in that game. The Mets won this actual game 3-0. So Seaver did pitch a shutout. So we got Stargell, Hebner, and Zisk up against Seaver here in the top of the second. 5-8 versus a lefty. That's a ground ball second base X, so that's Millan. 3 on a 2. He gets there. And a 7 on a 10. And he makes the play. So Stargell grounds out to second. Richie Hebner. 5-6 lefty. Struck him out. Richie Zisk. 3-7 versus a righty. Single 1-10. It's a 6, so that's a single for Zisk. And that'll bring up the catcher, Milt May. Ooh, potential wild pitch. Seaver's a 1-3. Nothing there. 4-6 versus a lefty. Double 1 to 4. It's a 17, so he flies out to center. So, got through the first 2 innings. Nothing activity. So we got Milner, Kranepool, and Grody for the New York Mets here in the bottom of the second. Blast. So far, so good. 6-7, single 1 to 12. That's a single for Milner. Ed Kranepool, 12. Nothing there. 1-8 versus a righty. That's a ground ball, second base A. That's a double play, 4-6-3. Jerry Grody. 4-10 versus a righty. Ground ball, third base X. That is Hebner. He's a 4E28. He gets there, and that's a 10 on a 28. And he makes the play. So we're through 2 with nothing for either team. Dale Maxfield, our friend from the 1968 Cardinal replay. He's the shortstop for the Cardinals in the 68 Bob Gibson replay that we're currently doing. 2-7 versus a righty. Ground out to the pitcher. We got Blast as the batter. 1-8, fly out to center. Now to bring back to leadoff spot for Rennie Stennett. 2-9 versus a righty. 1-8 homer. It's a 3. That's a home run for Rennie Stennett. So Pittsburgh jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Homer by Rennie Stennett. He had 10 home runs in 1973. Interesting. Dave Parker. Sometimes, as you know, the focus gets a little wacky here. 5-5 versus a lefty, struck him out. So Pittsburgh gets on the board. 1-0. And the Mets have Harrelson, Seaver, and Garrett up against Steve Blass. (5-3), so a switch hitter will be batting lefty. Fly ball left field X. That is to Stargell. He's a 4E8. A 12, he gets there. An 8 on an 8. And he makes the play. Tom Seaver. 4-8 versus a righty. Single 1 to 13. That's a single for Seaver. Nothing on the Havoc. See if Wayne Garrett can do something. 6-8 versus a lefty. That's a walk. Felix Millan. First and second. Possible wild pitch is 1 to 19. So wild pitch by Blass. Nothing more. See if Millan can get him in. 5-5. He's a righty. Ground ball shortstop B. We will say the infield was back to avoid the A+, or the plus. Shortstop B with infield in. with second and third. 7. Batter safe, lead runner out, other runners advance 1 base. So lead runner out. So got 2 outs. Leon reaches on a fielder's choice, first and third. 2 outs for a Rusty stop. 6-3 versus a lefty. That's a walk. Bases loaded. 2 outs for Cleon Jones. 5-4. He's a righty. Fly ball center field X. That's Parker. He's a 3E17. He does not get there. That's a double. Runners advance 3 bases. So that brings everybody in. And let's check the error. 11 on a 17. Okay, so a double. Runners advance 3 bases. So Cleon Jones clears the bases because Parker's unable to get to it. So 3 runs for the Mets on a bases loaded clearing double for Cleon Jones. And that brings up Milner. 6-7 lefty. Single 1-12. It's a 15. It's a ground out to second. All right, so 3 runs for the Mets here in the bottom of the third. Against Blass. So the Pirates will have Al Oliver, Willie Stargell, and Richie Hebner up against Seaver. So Seaver's back out to a 3-1 lead. 1-4 versus a righty. That's a foul out to the catcher. Willie Stargell. 6-9 lefty. Ground ball shortstop X. Harrelson's a 1E16. He gets there. A 9 on a 16. Makes the play. Richie Hebner. 110 versus a righty, fly out to left. Go to the bottom of the fourth with the Mets up 3-1. And they will have Cranepool, Grody, and Harrelson up against the righty Steve Blass, who had a tough third inning, giving up a bases clearing double to Cleon Jones. 3-7 versus a righty. That's a strikeout. Jerry Grody. 3-3 versus a righty. Single 1-8. That's a 12. It's a line out to short. Bud Harrelson. 6-6 switch hitter, so he'll be batting a lefty. That's a walk. And Seaver. 4-11 versus a righty. That's a ground ball first base X. That is Oliver. He gets there. 11 on a 13. Can't make it. He boots it for a 1-base error. So we got runners on first and second. Got the top of the order up. Wayne Garrett. Nothing there. 2-7 versus a righty. That's a double 1-3, 10. He flies out deep to center. Parker's able to get that one. So the Mets holding on to a 3-1 lead. We're entering the fifth. We got Zisk, May, and Maxville against Seaver. Seaver's only run was a home run given up to second baseman Rennie Stennett, the leadoff hitter, back in the third. 2-7 versus a righty, struck him out. Milt May, 5-9 versus a lefty, that's a strikeout. Dale Maxville, shortstop today, 5-6, he's a righty, struck him out. So Seaver strikes out the side. And Blast will be leading off the next inning. Blast will be facing Neon, Staub, and Cleon Jones here in the fifth inning. 3-9 righty, fly out to left. Rusty Staub. 6-6 versus a lefty, walk. 3 walks for Staub tonight. Cleon Jones, the Havoc first. Nothing there. 1-7 righty, just missed a home run. Chance. Ground ball second base C, so the runner advances. Got a runner on second. 2 outs for John Milner. 4-9 versus a lefty. That's a fly out to center. Okay. Cranepool, Grody, Blast, Stennett, and Parker will be facing Seaver here in the top of the sixth. We got a 4-7 versus a righty. It's a possible double, but nope. 17 flies out to center. Seaver hasn't given up a hit since that Stennett home run, so he's retired 8 in a row. Oops. Look at Stennett's card. Get the 4-7 righty. Double 1 to 6, 16. It's another fly out to center. The Cobra, Dave Parker. 5-6 lefty, struck him out. Okay, who we got here? We got Cranepool, Grody, and Harrelson for the New York Mets. Blast kind of holding his own. Let's see here. We got a 5-8 versus a lefty. Ground ball second base X. Let's see if Stennett can handle it. 9. He gets there. 11 on a 19. He makes the play. Jerry Grody. 3-4 righty. Ground out to third. Bud Harrelson. 6-5, so he's a switch hitter. He'll be batting lefty. That's a ground ball shortstop X. Seems like there are a lot of X chances today for Blast. Okay, the shortstop is a 2. That's Maxville. He gets there. A 10 on a 24. And he makes the play. So moving along. Glass didn't pitch too bad. Oliver, Stargell, and Hebner at the meat of the Pittsburgh Pirate lineup, but Seaver's been pitching a heck of a game. 2-hitter through 6. 1-6 versus a righty. Ground out to second. Willie Stargell. 2-5. That's gone. Straight shot for Stargell. And Seaver gives up his second home run of the game. How many home runs does Stargell have? And 44 home runs in 1973. So you got to expect that. 2-5. Straight shot home run for Willie Stargell. Makes it 3-2. Seaver was cruising along too. 1-8. That's a double. 1-6. Double. It's a 5. So 2 hits in a row. Richie Zisk. Oop, got to do the havoc first. Nothing on there. 2-7 versus a righty. Struck him out. Milt May. Nothing there. We got a 4-10 versus a lefty. It's a ground ball, second base ace, so he makes the play. So a Willie Stargell homer makes 3-2. Still the Mets with Seaver leading off in the bottom of the 7th. They're going to keep him in there. Blast pitching a heck of a game here, though. I enjoy watching these guys with tough years having good performance. 1-3 ground out to second. He hasn't given up a hit since the 3rd. Wayne Garrett. 3-11 versus a righty. Single 1-12. It's a 15. Lines out to second. Felix Millan. 3-5 versus a righty. Single 1-14. That's a single for Millan. Rusty Staub, who's had 3 walks today. 10 on the havoc. 6-7 versus a lefty. Single 1-12, 6. So it's a single 1-star. All right. Cleon Jones. Keep Blast in there. 11. Hopefully he can get this out. 3-10. That's a ballpark single chance. A 1. So that's a ballpark single for Cleon Jones. Single 1-star. So we got the bases loaded. For Milner. Let's get a timeout. Okay, so the Pirates do a double switch. They bring in Ramon Hernandez, and then they put Sanguin in the spot. Sanguin's now the catcher. Ramon's the pitcher. And he'll be facing Johnny Milner. So lefty on lefty. Nothing there. 1-5. Lefty on lefty struck him out. So Hernandez does his job. Saves the inning. We're still 3-2. Seaver's still in there. Maxville, Sanguin, and Stennett for the Pirates. 3-2 game. 6-3 righty. Fly ball left field X. Left fielder is Milner. He's a 4E12. So on a 4, that drops in for a single. And a 10 and a 12. That drops in for a single. Milner can't get it. It's unfortunate. But maybe next time we put a defensive replacement in there. Okay, so we got Sanguian. Nothing on Havoc. 1-8. Ground ball shortstop A. That ends that anyways. It's a double play. And that'll bring up Rennie Stennett, who homered back in the third. 1-6. That's a ground out to short, too. So, quick inning for Seaver. Ramon Hernandez will still stay in the game for the Pirates. And he'll be facing Cranepool, Grody, and Harrelson. And hopefully he's looking to hold this. Lefty on lefty, 3-4, foul out the third. Jerry Grody, 4-8 versus a righty. Ground out the third. And Bud Harrelson, 1-11. So he is a switch. Actually, he's going against a lefty. That's a single, but it's a ballpark. A 3 for a righty in New York. Shea Stadium is a single. So Harrelson singles. Seaver wants to finish the game, so he's going to bat. That's what we're all here for. Nothing on the Havoc. 6-10 versus a lefty. Oh, excuse me, versus a righty. Fly ball center field X. Let's see if Parker can get this one. A 5 on a 3. He does not. It drops for a single. 11 on a 17. So that drops in for a single. Runner advances 2 bases. So Seaver helps himself. We got first and third. 2 outs for Wayne Garrett. Excuse me, 6-5. Lefty on lefty. Ooh, just missed a home run chance. Flies out deep to right. 15, it was 112 it needed to be. So, Seaver looking to finish this up and get a victory. His record now stands at 10-8. This will bring him up to 11-8. If he can get out the meat of the order. They got Parker, Oliver, and Stargell, so it's not an easy task here. Let's do it. Let's see what he's got. So Parker, Oliver, and Todd, we got a 3-2 Met game. They're in the lead. So 6-9 versus a lefty. Ground ball shortstop X. Harrelson should make this play. A 10 on a, he gets there his range. 10 on a 16. He makes the play. So there's 1 away. Al Oliver. We got a 6-6, another lefty. Struck him out. Comes down to Willie Stargell. Last hope for the Pirates. Let's see if they can do it. He homered his last at bat. 5-2, lefty. That's hit to Meon. Let's see if he can make the plays. A 2-10. He gets there. 6-8 on a 10. Makes the play. Seaver gets the victory in a nice ball game. 3-2. Mets win it. Blast gets the loss. Seaver gets the win. Let's quickly look at his stats. He went all 9. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 2 home runs, 2 earned runs. See how many walks he had. No walks. Strikeouts. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. Did I say how many walks he had? No walks. So quite an impressive performance. Seaver moves to 11-8. And not that far off from the actual game. It was 3-0. 3-2 here on homers by Stargell and Stennett. It was a well-played game. Thanks for joining. Game number 23. We will be playing, next one will be game 24, where the St. Louis Cardinals come into Shea. Thanks again for joining. See you soon.